Hi everyone, my name is Claire and I'm a member of the Teen Advisory Board with the Howard County Library System. So before we get started with this video, I just want to put it out there that I recommend watching the previous video of this series by my friend Julia, and it's titled How to Write Letters of Encouragement, and in that video she goes over the basics of pen paling, how to write letters, and the letter that she actually writes in that video is the letter that I respond to in this one. So I highly recommend go watching that first, and if you've already watched that or would just like to continue, let's get on into the video. I was super excited to receive Julia's letter and was prepared to try some new things in my response. Usually I use regular notebook paper or plain paper when I'm writing letters, but a few days before I received her letter, I found these two cute paper pads in the basement that were unused. You'll see what I do with them soon. I got right to work and started responding to what she wrote. I'm a huge fan of writing in general, so that is usually the bulk of my pen pal process. Before I started writing to Julia, I didn't add any embellishments to be included with my letters, so this video is a rundown of what I've learned, and I hope to share these really fun additions with you. As you can see, I used pages from the plain notepad to write on and stapled them together in the corner. I've been rocking with the color brown recently, so that's the color I used to draw some small things on the top of the pages. Now let's move on to how I use the shopping list paper. It's a shopping list for music. One of the best staples to include with letters is a list of music recommendations or book recs or movie recs, anything that floats your boat. It makes the whole package feel more personalized, plus your recipient will get to see a slice of your life. Then I had to tackle one of Julia's prompts, which was for me to write a poem about anything. This was an unexpected challenge, but I'll talk through my process. I had to brainstorm my topic or find a source of inspiration, so I was randomly listing some things floating in my head. I put down the Book of Questions, which is a book that sits on my desk. I chose to go with that and tell the story of how I got it, which relates to Julia. We went to middle school together and also went on a trip to New York City one time, which is where I got the Book of Questions from. I really wanted to get a souvenir from the city, but for some reason the only thing I got was that book from Urban Outfitters. It's filled with random questions that are kind of weird, kind of deep, kind of all over the place. I included a few of them in my poem during my reflection in the present on those memories from the past. Now let me introduce this next star player of the match, Wreck This Journal. I'm sure everyone's heard of this or seen it before, but I haven't had the heart to completely wreck mine yet. I decided to take a step in the right direction by cutting out a postcard it had and writing my poem on that. My poem is kind of long, so I had to minimize my writing, but she did tell me she could read it, and that's a win in my book. But I feel like I should show you guys what I wrote. The Book of Questions. It was the first year of the two where I went to New York with you. Wide-eyed girls with toothy smiles who had no clue. Is it hard for you to ask for help? Everyone, make sure you arrive back at the bus in an hour. There will be no waiting for your late arrival. What is your worst nightmare? We double-stitched, triple-stitched intersections, peering wistfully behind glass at the groups who strode with purpose, who traveled with destination in mind, untangling phones from pockets to pose. What do you feel more often, gratitude or envy? Gazing at the multicolored racks for a total of 5 seconds. Otherwise, an eternity to decide which souvenir I would earn this time. When was the last time you felt real excitement and passion in your life? Cramming bills back into the soft compartment of Georgia's own wallet before turning back, gasping for air at our pace as we flew down the pavement. Please, let's not be late. A whirlwind of life, forever lost inside the pulse of life and its weight. Looking back on this, it was not so hot, but it's the thought that counts. I tried my best. On to one of my favorite apps or websites, Pinterest. A letter cannot be complete without some fun pictures in it. I have a board filled with pictures or artwork that I like, so I usually scroll through my collection and put those beauties to good use. An alternative is to send your own doodles and drawings, which is equally as fantastic. For Julia, I picked out 3 pictures that I found particularly appealing and printed them out. Finally, we are at the stage where everything just needs to be packaged. I set everything in the envelope and used some fun washi tape along with regular tape for extra security to seal the goodies. Oh, and I drew some nature-y things to embellish the outside too. But wait, before this all ends, I wanted to show you some stuff that I have put on my bedroom wall that I think could also inspire you to include in your letters. The one at the very top is the definition of the word eunoia that I received. Sending definitions of cool words and quotes is always the move. Below that is one word and one phrase, meaningful and hope for the future. teacher. Those were my responses to a prompt that asked, if you were to name this chapter of your life, what would it be? Using Q&A prompts like these can be really helpful in developing a friendship or relationship between you and your pen pal and create some more room for thought. Back to the schedule program. The letter is now living happily ever after in the hands of Julia.
Hello, I received Claire's letter in the mail a few weeks ago, and thankfully everything has been delivered nicely, and I will be writing back to her soon.
Sincerely, Claire.